So Scott Huffman is a government investigator. He's a father, he's a husband, he's on his way up in Washington, and he gets this sort of story dumped into his lap, and he's sort of trying to please his relationships, and goes with it, and then in the process gets pulled more and more into sort of this conspiracy theory and uncovering kind of a mysterious question as to why this particular man who saved lives in the Vietnam War did not receive the Medal of Honor. And it's a true story. Scott Huffman is based on a few different people that our director Todd Robinson met with as he was researching William S. Pitsenbarger, who was an Air Forceman who saved a lot of men in the Vietnam War when a platoon went into a search and destroy mission and was left behind and ambushed. And he died saving these men, and then these veterans spent over 30, 40 years trying to get him the Medal of Honor. And it's about the film explores what the selfless acts of a real life hero that went unnoticed and why he might have gone unnoticed, and also what it means to be selfless, what it means to have courage, what it means to where does that come from? Where is that something that you're born with? Is that something that gets learned or discovered? And at the same time, it honors these veterans, who wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for this man. And then what their lives were trying to get this man the Medal of Honor. So it was an important story in many ways, and it took our director Todd Robinson 20 years to make this movie. It was made independently, and him and our producer Tim Bogart basically, it took them 20 years to be able to get these actors and filter in the time and raise the money to tell a war movie in 2017, which is when we made this, is not an easy task as people think. So, but we're here, so that's the most important thing. Yeah, I mean, they were all, Peter Fonda, Ed Harris. I mean, all of, like the character in the movie, I felt like I was down on this journey, meeting all these guys and being face to face with them. My character goes and meets each of these veterans and interviews them about what happened and starts piecing things together. And I think likewise, I was, every single scene I had was opposite an unbelievable legend, who I grew up with. So there was an element of learning about acting, of certainly being on my toes, and also learning about life and myself, and being a man, and those are the same sort of things that kind of my character was going through. So it was sort of a fitting kind of parallel for our story. But I mean, at the end of the day, the takeaway is you're just it's just the growth that comes from something like that is unmatched, I think. But yeah.